is semantic analysis, and plus intermediate code generation. Only the code generation, code optimization, only the back end, remaining 4 are front end. What is a front end and what is back end here? The front end is totally dependent on the source program. Like the lexical analysis part, we are taking the program from the we are taking the input from the source program itself. So that will be continued up to the analysis phase. Once the analysis phase is go to the intermediate code generation, it generates the 3 address code, right? So from this one, we are not focusing on the source program. Now we need to convert this program, 3 address program, to the target program, which is assembly language. So the backend is nothing but it is totally dependent on the target program, which is assembly language. So the code generation and code optimization, these two are dependent on the target program, because they are converting the source program to the target program, right? A pass, here you can see the number of passes. It is one concept. A pass is nothing but one time the compiler will take scan the entire program into one pass, right? At one time it will scan everything like that. So these are the tools. Now I think you understand the objective of the each phase of the compiler and the difference between the compiler and the interpreter, right? These are the reference books you can cover. Thank you. We can discuss in the next class. Thank you. Okay. In the previous class, we have discussed about the different phases of compiler. Each phase, we have taken one example how the each phase is going. How the each phase is working, right? And we have seen the cousins of compiler, right? So the different phases, the 6 phases are there: lexical analysis, syntax analysis, semantic analysis, intermediate code generation, and code optimization, code generation. Those are the 6 phases. and we have seen one example also. And the cousins of compiler is preprocessor. Now this will be go to the compiler, assembler, linker and loader. So these are the cousins of the compiler. So till now we have discussed about these concepts. Now we will go for the first phase, that is, what is the first phase? So that is a lexical analysis. Okay, so we will understand the lexical analysis phase in this class, and what is the lexical analyzer, difference between the lexical analysis and the parser we will see in this one. Okay, now previous thing I told you that, so first thing, the source code will be go to the front end. What is front end? The front end will be totally dependent on the source program, and which is having the lexical analysis, syntax analysis and semantic analysis. So these three are combinedly are called as a front end. So after that one, what is this next one? That is intermediate code generation. So this front end will be, the output of this front end will be the intermediate code generation, and this intermediate code generation will be the input for the backend, which is a code optimization and code generation. Okay, after this one, the output of the backend will be the machine code. If any errors are there, then the errors will be there, right? This is a two-pass compiler. That means we are taking the input statement and we are giving that input statement to the two blocks. One is front end and second one is back end. We are not converting at one time, like the source program is this, and here the some compiler and the target program. So we are not transforming like one time. We are giving the source program to the front end, and this front end will give to the back end, and this back end will generate the machine code. So these are nothing but the two-pass compiler. So I already told you what is the front end. In the front end we are having the syntax analysis, lexical analysis, and the syntax analysis and semantic, right? So in the lexical analysis, what we are doing, we are scanning, right? We are scanning the input statement from left to right, and we are generating the tokens. So that the tool is nothing but, here in the lexical analysis is nothing, the tool is nothing but the scanner. And here in the syntax analysis, we are taking the input from the lexical analysis and we are generating one parse tree, right? So the tool is here the parser. Okay, so the source code will be go to the lexical analysis phase, which is nothing but the scanner. Okay, so the scanner will generate the tokens. The tokens will be the input to the parser. So the parser will generate the intermediate code generation. That this will be go to the intermediate code generation. If any errors are there, then it will be go. So here this is the input program. You can see the tokens are nothing but the input is, what is the input here? It is the input. Input is nothing but the sequence of characters. Okay, you can see the partitions of the partition of input string into substrings. We are generating the tokens, like means we are taking the input string and we are generating the tokens, that means substrings. We need to classify them according to their role. Previously in the example we have seen the position, right? So it is one token. We are generating, we are classifying them into identifier. So which is, this one is token. Okay, now you can see that a token is nothing but syntactic category. In the natural language, you can see that what is a natural language, like whatever we are talking about, that is a natural language, the English language, like he wrote the program. So in this one, what are the words? He wrote the program, right? So in the programming language, these are the language, natural language, programming language, and these are the words. If this open